What is up, bros and broettes? It's InkSlasher44, and today we are going to be talking about the best first date ever. So last time we talked about my first kiss on Storytime. I guess this is going to be a series because last time I asked for 250 likes in I don't know how many hours. I just asked for 250 likes if you guys wanted to see more of this, and you guys did it. So here we are. Today we're talking about the best first date and how you can go on the best first date and some common first date misconceptions. And I'm going to use my experience of first dates I've been on that went horribly wrong and give you guys advice, and hopefully you can avoid some of these bad first dates. So, the thing with first dates is you want to look for a couple of things. So, first of all, you want to be able to control the length of them. You don't want the date to be too long or too short. Second of all, you want the date to be cheap. Reason being, it's a first date. You don't know if you're into this person. You gotta find out if you're into this person. That's what the point of a first date is. So it's best not to spend a ton of money or overcommit yourself unless you're already 100% sold on this girl and you want to impress her. Then you want to take her out somewhere expensive to a really fancy dinner, buy that really expensive bottle of champagne, and really, really impress her. But overall, let's talk about going out for dinner on a first date. I've gone out for many dinners on first dates, and they kind of suck, to be honest with you. First of all, because they're really expensive. So if you're looking at an appetizer dinner, sometimes the dessert, if you really like the girl, and drinks on top of that, you're looking at over $100 right there if you really want to impress this girl. And that's really expensive. That's really a big commitment. And that's not my kind of thing. I don't like to commit on a first date. I'm sure a lot of you don't. The first date, like I said, is deciding whether you are into that person or not. So, personally, I don't enjoy going out to dinners on first date. Just too bit too expensive. And on top of that, it's really hard to control the length of a dinner. You don't want to be like scarfing down your food in front of her as she's like slowly eating. Because if you go out with a girl on a first date to dinner, she's going to eat incredibly slow. They don't want to get anything on their face. They're going to eat incredibly slow. They don't want to look like a pig, and guaranteed they are not going to finish that meal that you paid $100 for because they don't want to look like a pig or fat or any of that. So dinner, in my opinion, not a good idea. Another common misconception is going to the movies. Now, going to the movies isn't a bad idea on one of your first few dates, but not on the very first one, and here's why. Like I said, when you go out to a first date, the point of it is to get to know that person. That is the most important part of that, is to get to know that person. And it's really hard to get to know that person when there is this huge screen in front of you with extremely loud music playing that you can't talk through. You're literally not allowed to talk through, or you're going to get kicked out. So how are you going to get to know that person? The one good thing that going to the movies has for it is that you have common ground to talk about before and after the movie. A lot of times on first date, you usually run out of things to talk about, which is fine, and that's normal because you barely know this person. But if that happens, first of all, you're probably not a very good match for each other, to be honest. And on top of that, when you go to the movie, you have that thing to talk about. It's that extra thing in your back pocket. So you're talking about, oh, do you have any brothers and sisters? What's your job? What do you do during the day? Blah, blah, blah. And then you draw a blank. You don't know what to talk about. Well, have you heard of this movie before? Have you seen the trailer for this movie? Boom, you got that extra thing to talk about. You don't seem like a boring person. That's the one good thing a movie has going for it. However, I don't think it's the greatest thing. It's not too expensive, but like I said, it's really hard to get to know that person. Now, the next step to this is going out for coffee. A lot of people think going out for coffee is the best first date, and it's really good. Going out for coffee is an excellent, excellent first date. Fantastic. But overall, the problem with coffee is everyone does it. That is really the thing that everyone does. So let me give you some experience of a couple of my first dates. So I've gone to a movie on a first date, and it just didn't work out because I just didn't get to know the person. I didn't get close with that person, and we just ended up being friends in the long run. The funny story is the time I went out for coffee on the first date. So the thing with this is that I thought I didn't know I was going on a date. She thought we were going on a date. I had no idea we were going on a date. As bad as that sounds, she was my really good friend all throughout high school. I won't mention her name just in case. I'm sure she won't watch this, but just in case she does watch this, I'm just gonna leave her name out. But we go out for coffee. I think this is a totally normal coffee outing, just to talk about things. How are you? That kind of thing. Just a friendly coffee outing. And then she starts talking about like really weird stuff to be talking about with a friend. Like she's like, well, I've been told like I'm a really good kisser, and if a girl says that, she wants to kiss you. If a girl ever says that, like they shouldn't say that, but if they do, she wants to kiss you. Just you might as well just jump over the table of wherever you're sitting and start kissing her. But no, so I thought that was really weird. And then the thing that really gave it away was when we left this date that I didn't know was a date. I walk her to her car because I'm a nice guy. That's what I do. And I go to give her a hug, because that's what you do to your friends. Go to give her a hug, and she goes in for the kiss. She goes, and I'm like, whoa. Like, I still hug her, but I, like, pulled away a little bit. And she obviously knew I wasn't into it then. Really, I had no reason for being not into it. She was a good-looking girl. She was nice. She was friendly. I got along with her well. But she was my friend. And a lot of the times, going out with a friend can be a good thing. But in this case, I wasn't into it just because, I don't know, I've been her friend for so long. And just as horribly gay as that sounds, for lack of a better word, I don't know, just wasn't my thing. I wasn't going for it. But overall, what I'm trying to get at here is when you're going out with a girl, make sure you know whether it's a date or not. That's step one. Step one of going on the first date is knowing whether it's a date or not. But now let's get to what the best first date is, and it's really simple. The first thing you're going to want to do for sure when going on this date is drive. If you're in high school and you don't have your license, you want to do that right away, because I don't really count going on dates as dates unless it's just you two. It's not with another couple, not your parents driving you there. It's just a distraction from the actual date. You'll understand what I mean if you're too young to do that right now. Once you can drive, you'll understand exactly what I mean. Sure, you can get your parents to take you there. It loses that personal factor. And once you do go on that date, like I said, you're going to want to drive. Driving is very important. It may not seem like it. If you meet the person there, that's all right. But the thing with driving is it shows that you're really in control. And girls love that. Girls love guys that are in control and take control of their life. So that's step one. Step two, you're going to want to go to a park or some public outdoorsy place. The reason why I say this is because it's unexpected. Girls just really don't expect you to do that. There's a ton of parks. It doesn't matter. There's a ton of parks around my house. It doesn't matter which ones you choose. Just go to one near your house, not too far. Nowhere that you have to drive far. Just one that you can spend some time walking around, talking to the person. And the next reason why this is great is because it's free. All you gotta do is pay for the gas to get there, and you don't have to spend any of your hard-earned money. You don't know if you like this girl yet. It's your first date. Don't be throwing hundreds of dollars away. Go somewhere free, and then you can decide if you want to spend money on this person. Now, let's say you decide that you do like this person. There is a very easy way you can extend this date. Just say, hey, you know what? Let's say it's cold outside. You say, I'm getting a little cold. Do you want to go grab a cup of coffee? Not only does this extend the date, it also shows you if that person is into you. Now, what I mean by this is, let's say you ask them, do you want to go grab a cup of coffee? And they go, you know what, it's kind of getting late, I gotta get home, or you know what, I don't like coffee. You know they're not into you. The whole first date step of figuring out whether that girl likes you or not, or figuring out whether you like them or not, solved with that one simple question. Now, let's say it's warm outside. Go ask them if they want to go for ice cream. And it works the opposite way, too. Let's say you really hate this date. It's going awful. She's weird. She all of a sudden says, oh, last time I cut my hand, I dropped a knife on it, and I actually kind of felt kind of good. Whoa, red light's going off. You know you want to get off that date. Here's how. You know what? It's getting a little cold outside. I need to get somewhere to warm up. I think we should just head home. Date's done. Problem solved. That is why going out to a park, going out to a public place like that is incredible on a first date. I've been on a first date like this. It went really, really well. Another few good things about this is if they start, you're walking beside them, you're talking, and they start moving closer to you, grab their hand. It's a perfect signal. You can start walking away from you. If they move closer, it pretty much means that they want to hold your hand, that kind of thing, be closer to you. If you get to a park bench and they sit close to you, you know they're into you. If they sit further away from you, you know they're not as into you. Just little things like that. It's a very good date to judge how well your relationship is going with that person and is currently with that person. Really, really good first date. So that's my advice for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. Let's try to pound this video out to 300 likes. The last one got over 250. I'm going to keep doing this series if it gets over 300. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, peace out.